Welcome to an idolizing new episode of the Demonic Compendium, the show where I discuss the mythology, design, and game history of your favorite Megami Tensei demons. Today, Mega 10 is going into new territory with the release of Tokyo Mirage Sessions in the West. But we should be careful crossing the bridge to that new territory, cause today, we're talking about Troll. Where do I even start to talk about the mythology of trolls? They're such iconic figures. Trolls were originally based on the ice giants, or Jotun, from Norse mythology. Since their creation, trolls have appeared in all realms of creativity, like novels, fairy tales, webcomics, movies, internet memes, gummy mascots, art, and, well, video games. They're most commonly depicted as large, strong creatures that are lacking in intelligence. That's why so many stories from the Billy Goat's Gruff to The Hobbit have elements of characters tricking trolls to get what they want. Troll's Compendium entry from Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker states that it's a giant that appears frequently in European folklore. It is often depicted blocking the way of a bridge or narrow road. Although strong, it is stupid, so it has been defeated many times by weaker humans. Its regenerative abilities suit it to close combat. Trolls are believed to have originated from the giants of Norse mythology. Some of the other games add a couple of extra details to the lore of the trolls, like Shin Megami Tensei 1 stating that trolls are excellent blacksmiths that live in gold houses, and that they roam the fields at night. Because trolls are such iconic creatures in fantasy and mythology, it's no surprise to see they've been around since the very first Megami Tensei game back in 1987. Like many demons from the original game, his design wasn't particularly detailed, but Troll got a much more official-looking design in the first Shin Megami Tensei game. However, Troll was so upset that he wasn't invited to be in Shin Megami Tensei 2 that he crawled under a bridge, where he ate nothing but Little Debbie snack cakes, and he was like, "Oh man, one more cosmic brownie couldn't possibly hurt," before being invited back into the franchise for Shin Megami Tensei If, and giving us the first look at his most common design throughout the series. Troll's most iconic design in the series fits true to much of their mythology. The blue skin most likely stems from the ice giant inspiration, while the gold rings around their wrist and his amulet relates to the blacksmithing. On Troll's amulet is a butterfly, which symbolizes Troll as a member of the fairy race. The insect symbolism is very prevalent with other fairy demons such as Pixie or Oberon, but it's also a subtle touch connecting Troll to nature in general, as nature is one of the biggest reoccurrences of fairies, including demons like Kelpie or Spriggan. Yes, this thing is a fairy. I tried doing more in-depth research to see if there were any connections between butterflies and trolls, or even ways butterflies may have played into Norse mythology. But unfortunately, trying to search online for troll and butterfly just gives you a lot of results like this. Though I did find out there is a short story called The Troll and the Butterfly from 1987, which is the same year the Megami Tensei game franchise was created. But I'm believing this is just a coincidence. The bandages on Troll's head are a nice touch, presumably hinting at a head injury, explaining his lack of intelligence. Aside from his most notable design, Troll appears a more cartoony version of himself in the Devil Children series, and I totally want a stuffed animal of him. Troll's most recent appearance is actually as an enemy in the concept crossover title Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. The Mirage designs in this game were handled by the team from Side Designation, but what I find most interesting about Troll's design in this game is that it seems to take a lot of inspiration from the original Shin Megami Tensei artwork from Kaneko. They both have green skin, bulky physiques, long noses, and costumes with, fuzzy bits. As far as game history goes, Troll has never been too much of an iconic demon, though powerful variants of trolls known as Troll Kings can be found in the last dungeon of the game in the original Megami Tensei. Troll's most notable appearance is probably his brief role in Nocturne, where he appears as an early game boss. Troll acts as a bouncer to Loki's private room and refuses to let anyone in. But we need to get in because we need to steal stuff. Once you have the quest for what you actually need to steal from Loki, the door will be unguarded, only for Troll to attack you when you try to leave. Why was he gone in the first place? Did he need to take a poop or grab a cigarette or something? Troll hits pretty hard considering when you fight him in the game, and if your team isn't set up to deal with ice attacks, he can be pretty brutish. But sure enough, he can be brought down. I almost feel bad for the guy. He was just doing his job, and we did burgle the place, but oh well. He's dead. Like, dead. You can even go into the Labyrinth of Amala and see his gravestone. That's kind of depressing. Currently, Troll has yet to appear in any of the Persona games. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe they just don't want to see this popping out of the head of a teenager. I wouldn't. In most of the games, Troll is resistant or flat-out immune to ice-based attacks, naturally a nod to his frost giant origins. Weakness-wise, Troll is frequently weak to fire, possibly just to balance out the ice resistance, but this could also be a nod to the backstory that trolls turn to stone when exposed to sunlight. In games like Nocturne and Digital Devil Saga, trolls are weak to certain status-related elements such as mind and charm, in reference to the earlier note of them not being too bright and easy to outsmart. While Troll is usually a mid-level fairy class demon, higher than Pixies and the Jack Bros, but lower than Titania and Oberon, the fairy royalties, Troll has been portrayed as the highest level fairy demon in Megami Tensei 2 as well as Devil Survivor Overclocked. Troll appears in quite a few titles at the identical level of 38, which is said to represent unnatural bravery in Norse mythology. And you know what they say about that fine line between bravery and stupidity. A minor side note about Troll in the Devil Survivor series is that he was absent from the original versions of both DS titles, but was added to Overclocked and Record Breaker, the 3DS enhanced ports. Side note, in Record Breaker, Troll was one of the unique demons from the special fusion packs that could only be obtained through a unique fusion of Lamdirg and Agathion. As previously mentioned, Troll appears in Tokyo Mirage Session Sharp FE and has been one of the more highlighted Mirage designs in the game, at least as far as random enemies go. Troll was first showcased in the E3 coverage of the game back in 2015, and was also showcased in the Beach trailer for the game. Pretty cool. And so there you have it, Troll, the knuckle-headed giant of Norway. Did I leave out something you thought was important? Was I just plain wrong about something? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to let me know who you'd like to see me talk about in future episodes. That's gonna do it for this episode of the Demonic Compendium, and I'll see you next time. But be careful while you rest that a demon doesn't take over your body.